Okay, now you've got your push rods all nice and straight. You've cleaned up all your servos. You've put grommets on the back of your swash plate. Once those are all kind of cleaned up, you'll probably want to re-level your swash plate. So let's look at some of that. It's a pretty easy process. Just pop your links off. And pull the head off. Set to the side. Okay, now what you're trying to do is get your swash plate level. And what I do, first turn on your controller. Hook up our battery. And then I'll hit my throttle hold button so that I'm not going to spin the blades when I throttle up. But what I'll do is, let's take that off. You can see it go up and down like that. Now that little jitter there, that's got some of your servo problems, and that servo might be starting to need to be cleaned again. But that's at very top. There's mid stick and there's down. I usually go all the way down and then test for levelness. So I can, once I know it's all the way down, I can turn off my controllers. And I bought this little leveler. There's several of them online. Just pick whatever one you want. But you just slip that on, and then you check to make sure that each point is touching and leveled out. So camera up a little. That looks good. It's sitting on top of it. That one looks pretty good. And if I come around to that one, you can see, well, there's a pretty big gap there. And again, because these push rods are bent and stuff, can get bent. That'll be how they get off. So pretty simple. Just pop that one off, and I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. That looked about like 2 turns needed, with 2 full turns, so that'd be 4 half turns. And counterclockwise will bring it up. Or go ahead and get rid of that. So then I'll just come back down, put them all, and you can see now they're all nice and level. And now the swash plate is leveled out. I can go back in. Oops, shouldn't have done that. And go up full throttle. You can check it. You can see nice and level. Simple and easy to do. Then all you have to do is reassemble, and you're ready to go. Setting the pitch on your heli is pretty important too. And effectively what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your stick midway up, and at midway the blades should be perfectly even, like shown here. And we're starting with a good leveled swash plate. Most of the adjustment from that point on is just right in here. So you would turn on your controller, plug in, and hit your throttle hold so that you can move your stick without the blade spinning, and it's easy to see because you've got your blinking light. And from there you can see that at full bottom I'm at that pitch, and as I go up to mid stick, which if I go to mid stick there, that's not looking too even. Okay, so it's a little low, and if I go full, you can see it's quite a bit different. So what I do to figure this out is, a lot of people say look at the pitch of the blade, but since these are flat on top, seems like I can look at them, at the grips themselves, and I can see better when they're exactly parallel and even. So to me, looking here instead of trying to eyeball the blades, I know if these are flat across the top, that surely the blades are. So that's kind of how I've gone about setting the pitch. So on mine, I'm going to adjust all three rods down lower to try to get that pitch a little bit better. So lower, I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Try it there. I use these pliers, it makes it pretty easy to get in there. Usually snap that in once it's lined up. Of course, that's if that's straight on there. Again, I've got my, there we go. So I did 4. I want to make sure I do 4. Power on my unit. Battery in. Push my throttle hold button. Make sure it's blinking there. Yep. Okay, so now throttle up. I get to where I think it's right. Nice and even. And then I look over at my stick, and yep, nice and centered. Now I've got a pretty even pitch between high and low. So that was pretty simple, and what I would do is once I do that, you might want to consider going back and leveling your swash plate, but if you moved all 4 at the same time, they should be good and even. So it's as simple as that, and that's my technique for setting the pitch.